We are live. Hey everyone, welcome to Hack Shack Studios. RT Bear here. Yes, we're just going to hang out. We're going to hang out and just crack wise, I guess, for the next hour or so. It's lunchtime here, so I think East Coast, it's lunch. You haven't quite got to lunch yet on the West Coast, but we'll have a little extra lunch fun for you guys. So as always, give me a sign of life in the chat, and we'll just BS and hang out. So the one big thing around here is, hey, it's rolling. Your boy. There's Past Master. What's up, mateys? Ooh, the Green Hornet. Hell yeah. Oh wait, Green Hornet. Hold on. Hold the phone. All right, here we go. It's not an actual, it's a replica, but it's based on the original molds from the Green Hornet TV show in '66. So you can see it's not well done, but it's pretty cool. I mean, it wasn't that expensive. Guy was selling these at the con. I couldn't resist. So it's pretty cool. I just always liked the idea. Oh, let's see. Let's go. Will this work? There we go. Right there. I look like Cecil. Can't trust a man wearing a mask. You can't do it. Yeah, big Green Hornet fan. Bruce Lee. Holy crap, that was a good time to be a kid. I was about 5 years old when that TV show hit the airwaves, and it changed my life. I'm tingling, dude. Lunch. Indeedy do. Hey, there's Joe Bernardo. Aloha Chrono Art from the 9th Island of Hell. No, I don't know if it's from hell. Man, it's been raining nonstop for like 9 days. It's crazy. Yeah, we've had more rain in the last 9 days than California has had in 2 years. I do not miss California. It's dry. I guess the temperature's usually good. Although where we lived in Corona, it still got quite hot. I mean, really hot. I got that Sledgehammer song in my head. I wanna be your sledgehammer. Van Johnson, was that the guy's name, right? The actor. Van something. Van Dyke. It was Dick Van Dyke. No, it wasn't. It was not. Hey, we got Billnid in the chat. What's up? All right, you guys, ask me anything. It's the only way we're going to get through an hour. This is an interactive live stream. Yesterday in the UK, we had hard hail. Wow, for a while. Hail can freaking damage stuff really bad. This light is too bright. Well, that didn't help. I'm going to fix my camera. Look at that. It's either white hot or dark. There's no in-betweens, man. There's no compromise. My camera has no compromise. What is that? That's not helping. Sharpness, let's see. Wow, that's weird. That is really strange. Let's hit default, see what happens. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I guess default is not a good. Whoa, default is horrible. I think it's the gain. Sledgehammer. Wow, this is really bad. Sorry about this, you guys. And this one doesn't want to move. All right, brightness. Oh, that looks a little. I look a little fleshy, a little peachy, but I guess it's better than white. There we go. That's not bad. That's not bad. Look at that. I can fix anything. There we go. Now I'm all purty. Yeah, hell can destroy your car. Where'd Doug go? Oh, he's still back there. We're having, I don't know if you can see it, but back here, the handrail's gone. Yeah, let me see if I can lift this up high enough. The handrail that was there is gone, so we're having a wrought iron handrail put in. I designed it. It's quite pretty. I did some designs, and my wife liked them, and so somebody is making them into a handrail. So there you go. Roland says, didn't your dad break the Kato? Yeah, I had, oh my gosh, you guys pay attention and remember. I had a Kato version as well. So there was a Green Hornet Kato. I think the Kato was off the original Bruce Lee life cast, but it wasn't from the original mask sculpture. This is from the original mask. So somebody took Bruce Lee's life cast and then sculpted a mask over it and then made molds and then reproduced the masks. And so my dad's just a big goober, and he thought it'd be funny to put it on. And they're not really, they're kind of hard plastic. They'll bend a little bit, but not much. So if you push them on, they'll only move so much out. And he snapped that sucker in two. And then he just put it back and acted like it never happened. That's my dad. That's my pop. Any stories working with Rob at Extreme Studios? Just that I remember Rob before Extreme Studios. I remember him before he broke into the industry. So when I moved into the Catella, that was in Anaheim. That was the big Disney casting building. And I think between Image and Extreme Studios, we had like the 15th floor, the entire floor. And so I just remember walking in there the first day, getting my security card and going up and just seeing that facility and just losing my mind. I was like, this is the big time, man. This comic books are not supposed to be like this. And it blew my mind. There was Shannon, who worked the front office. There was actually a front office. There was a waiting room. So there was a desk, and Shannon worked behind the desk, and it had the big Extreme Studios across the wall there. And then there were chairs and tables and magazines, like Extreme comic books you could read while you're waiting to I don't know, go out to lunch with one of us or hang out for a meeting or something like that. Yeah, it was really cool. That guy, he knew how to spend money, and he knew how to go big. And every day walking into that place was a reminder that this was not going to last, that this was an anomaly. Comic books are not supposed to be like this. I had like 10 years before, I think 10 years logged into the industry before Extreme Studios, or about that. So, I was already making a living based on not making a lot of money. And I did pretty good. But this was completely different, man. This was the Marvel days, helping to pay for the initial startup of Image Comics, and then Image Comics just cleaning house, man. So I think the biggest thing was just I had never really been in this. I've been to LA and taken meetings, but those were other people's offices. I didn't know any of those people. This was this little guy from Anaheim, this Rob Liefeld guy. He's not little, he's taller than I am, but he was always younger than me. So I always think of him as little. He's like my little brother. And so, yeah, it blew me away. It completely blew me away. I still remember walking in the doors for the first time. And Rob's office was just massive, and you see it as soon as you walk past the front office. There was a wall, and then there was an opening. As soon as you walk into I guess it was still a big area. It wasn't quite just a hallway. It was another big area, and that's where Rob's office was. And then it narrowed into a hallway. And so I think the first office on the left was Danny Mickey's and Norm Rapman's. And then the next office over was my office. And that was on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side was Marat's and Kurt Hathaway, who lettered all the books. And so they were on the right, and they didn't have a view. Sadly, they didn't have a view. But from my office, I had a view of Anaheim Stadium. So like I said, we were on the 15th floor. So you look down and you could see the whole baseball, field. It was pretty killer. Like I said, it was once in a lifetime kind of experience. I've never been part of anything like that before or since. Just that's why I think like comic books. I like that Comicsgate is starting to make some real money now, and I like that everybody is interested in putting that back into their business. Putting it into like making toys or making one-of-a-kind collectibles and all these different things, and possibly even like video games in time, cartoons, movies, shorts, and I think it'll be quite cool. And I'm starting to see that kind of money happen again, and I think the reason why it's unique is because it's also the money is in the hands of individual creators, not a corporate, entity, not like DC and Marvel. So you're seeing unique things. You're seeing like people's dreams come true. Like this is like, well, if you have money, you can do things. You can dream it. Like my thing is, I can dream big. I can dream as big as the next guy. But money's always the limitation. So money is the big stumbling block, and it always has been. So it's really, wrought iron for the railing, indeed. Oh, I'll come back to the chat, but I'll just finish up. Yeah, so I think that was one of the bigger moments. I think probably the first big moment is just walking in the door of Extreme Studios. And seeing all the guys and just hanging out with a bunch of talented people, and a lot of young talent. So they were very, very enthusiastic. And like I said, the money was good. The only problem is I think a lot of those guys thought this is how the industry was or is. And I always knew that going in that this was not going to last. And save your money. And do cool things with it, but don't get too crazy with it. So I would try to impart that to the younger guys, and also tell them to make sure that they pay their taxes, their quarterly taxes, because you can lose a lot of money that way. So let's go back to the chat. You should have a Kato style agent in black and white. Yeah, I have all kinds of stuff planned, and oh my gosh, I got some color work back the other day. Fantastic. There's a book that we're working on right now with a lot of Comicsgate guys, and I can't wait to tell you guys about that. Actually, while I'm talking about this, I should share this. So we are getting closer, you guys, to Black and White Volume 2 happening. So we have right now, we have a pre-launch page. So here it is here is the pre-launch page. So Black and White Volume 2, Man versus Machine in a world where law and order are often blurred to gray. Justice can only be black and white. So if you guys sign up right now, you will receive, with a backing, a special trading card. And the trading card artwork is going to look like this. So this is just a little teaser of the trading card artwork, but it's going to be a killer trading card. I went over, oh man, it's downstairs. My wife put together this book. Like it's a trading card book. It's leather bound. It's pretty cool. And she started putting all the trading cards that we've done with the campaigns. There are 2.5 complete pages of trading cards. I think Chrono Mechanics alone had 15 trading cards. Actually, it might be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 pages in the book, because I was counting the 1 page as 2, or the 2 pages as 1, I should say. Yeah, so this is the artwork, guys. The link is in the description right now. So if you haven't heard, Black and White Volume 2 is going to go live soon. So probably early summer, we're going to launch this bad boy, and we're going to give you the opportunity to get the follow-up to Volume 1. And I've been asked this question a lot. Will we be reissuing Volume 1? Did I say that right? So yeah, we're going to do a campaign for Volume 2. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm very excited right now. For campaign for 2, and then you guys asked if they could pick up, if you guys could pick up Volume 1, and indeed you can. So what we're going to do is I have a few of the original launch, I guess like standard original book version, but I only have like a handful of those books left. So I'm going to make those available, but there's maybe going to be like 10 or 20 of them, not a lot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a second printing of issue 1, and that is going to have a new cover on it. And the original book from the original campaign will be at a premium price. Also, I have a few of these left, and these are the Grey Capullo variants, the original variants. I have a few of these left, and these will go for a premium as well. And we did a second chance for Black and White a while back, and with that campaign, we had done a virgin version of this cover here. So it doesn't have the logo on it. So we're going to have that part of the campaign as well. So you'll be able to get actually 3 different versions of issue 1. So you'll be able to get the original version, the Grey Capullo original version, which is this one here with the logo. You can get the variant Grey Capullo version, and then you'll be able to get the second printing version of the book with a new cover on it. So what is that? 4 books, 4 different versions of just issue 1, and that will be cool. And they'll all be at different prices. So so you guys can come in and you can get the original version at, you know, like I said, a premium price, or the original Grey Capullo, and then you can get the reprinted version, the second printing, at the normal price. So that's going to be cool. Man, I really want to tell you guys about some of the new stuff that we have cooking here, but I can't, not yet. Roland says, was Rob really that bad with deadlines? I don't know. I never really worked with Rob on any kind of monthly basis, so I would do random pages here or there. And so I always had pages like when I worked with them, so I was never really waiting on them, but I didn't work month to month. So usually when you work month to month with somebody, you can tell if they're slow or not, or, you know, having trouble. Sometimes it's personal, you know, sometimes there's personal things that happen and they slow you down as well. So I don't really know. I don't know if he's fast or slow. When I worked at Extreme, he could bang stuff out pretty quick, but I never followed the books. You know what I mean? I never followed him month to month, so I don't know if he was on schedule or not. So I can't really answer that, Roland. Joe Bonaro, oh, did you hear the rumors that Marvel will acquire DC? I'll have to look that up. I heard something about it. Just not sure. I'll have to do some research, and then maybe I'll come back and do a show on it and give you my 2 cents. I don't know. Would they be acquiring the publishing rights or just the complete rights, like just like everything? Like, would they just be buying all the DC universe? I don't know. That's interesting. Anaheim, where the Mighty Ducks hockey team used to be. Yes, indeedy do. Yeah, and up the street is Disneyland. So there's Disneyland off of Catella. There's Anaheim Stadium, and there's they used to call it the Mighty Ducks, the Pond. They used to call it the Pond. Now I think it's the Honda Center, and they have concerts there, and they have the hockey games there as well. Oh, let's see this. Art, what do you think about The Tick, the original Ben Unlin run? I think that guy is a genius. I think it's the best, like, comic book. I don't know if it's like a parody, just comedy I've ever seen. The TV show, I don't even think it got a full season with, oh my gosh, what is the guy's name? I can't remember the guy's name. He was on like Seinfeld, and he's a funny guy, does a lot of voiceover work. He was the Tick, and I think it was, I can't remember the guy's name, but the guys that were behind like Men in Black and like the producer director of those was behind the Tick, and that show was really good. I think Ben is really, really talented, and he writes for TV. And if you follow like some of your favorite TV shows and look at some of your favorite episodes and look at the credits, and you'll see that, you know, Ben probably wrote for it. I think he wrote for a lot of like the Joss Whedon stuff, like the Buffy stuff, and I'm trying to think what else that he wrote for, but he's all over the place. So he's actually he's a big time writer now in Hollywood. So Shadowhawk says, "Oh, love the Tick." Yeah, my gosh, it's also like my sense of humor, and there have been these type of books before, and all to varying levels of success. But I think the Tick has been consistently good. I didn't see the newest series that they put out. Was it HBO or Netflix or whatever? It didn't look that good. And I think after seeing Patrick Warburton, thank you guys in the chat, play the Tick, I don't know, man. That was so freaking genius. That guy is like the modern day Adam West, you know. He knows how to play those heroes, and he knows how to play them just sincere. Like, he plays them so sincere. Like that character is that character. Like, he's not putting you on. It's not a gag. It's real. Like, the way Patrick Warburton plays the Tick, that character is he's completely committed to that character. Yeah, a lot of comedy now is like very wink at the audience kind of thing. Like, oh well, you guys are in on the joke, right? And it's like, I guess that's fun, and I've seen it done well, but I think it's overplayed now, and I think it's because Hollywood is signed off, and they say it's corny. They think it's corny, but I'll tell you, watch Big Trouble in Little China and see Kurt Russell and every one of those people's performance in that. They're all legit. Like, they're playing it straight, man. They are not playing it for gags. They're not playing it for a joke. And I think that was my biggest problem with issue, or what was it? It was Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So Guardians of the Galaxy, all those characters felt sincere. all those characters, it wasn't wink at the camera. It wasn't a joke. Like, it was happening. It was funny, but it was just matter of fact, it was happening. And then the second one almost felt like it was a parody. It was like it was winking at the first movie. Like, it was self-referential, and it was kind of like winking, like, isn't this funny? Isn't this kind of silly? Like that type of thing. And I didn't think it was as well done. I did see the Eternals. Good question, Lake Kick one. I don't even know what to say. It didn't look like anything. Like, I couldn't get a sense of character. I couldn't get a sense of plot, other than I think a YouTuber mentioned it looks like Prometheus. I don't know, Marvel's version of Prometheus. It looked pompous, actually. It looked pretentious to me. And then they tried to get kind of silly at the end, where, remember, this is a Marvel movie, and they, it's once again, it's so self-referential. It's like, oh, Tony Stark and Steve Rogers, you could, lead the Avengers, and then they all laugh. They all laugh. We don't even know the character. Why are you laughing? Like, we don't know if he's a fool. We don't know if he's functional. We don't know anything about the guy. So they're laughing at this guy that says he'll lead the Avengers. It's supposed to be a joke, but I never got the setup. It would only be funny if the guy was completely dysfunctional. Like, he couldn't get shit done, and then he's like, well, I'll lead the Avengers. And then it's like, yeah, right. You'll lead the Avengers. You can't even tie your shoes, that kind of thing. But they didn't show him prior to that screwing shit up or anything. So you didn't get any sense of that character at all. I guess it didn't even look interesting, to be honest. It looked like Cable. It looked like Cable to me. Some of the effects I thought were a little hokey. The costumes aren't that great, or the uniforms. Like I said, I didn't get a sense of the character. It seemed like there is going to be some, like, I probably shouldn't say it, but I like the term libtardation. There looks like there's a little, like they're going to pat themselves on the back with, like, some kind of woke, look, we have a diverse cast, all of this stuff. It's like, well, I don't know. I was talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. That has a diversified cast. They didn't sell it based on that. They weren't like, hey, look at Guardians of the Galaxy. Look at how woke we are. Look at how, virtuous we are. Come watch our movie. Like, this had a little undertone of that. So I don't know. I mean, the best I could say about the Eternals trailer is that it was just there. It wasn't interesting. It wasn't compelling. It didn't even start to get my interest at all. There was nothing about it. There wasn't a cool effect. There wasn't a cool action scene. There was nothing that caught my attention. And the setup, these primitive people, and then this spaceship pulls up. Well, we've seen that before. Somebody said it looks like an episode of Ancient Aliens. I used to watch that show with my daughter. It does. It kind of looks that way, like a Cable version of Ancient Aliens. Let's see. Steven says, I like Capullo, but for me, it's RT Bear all the way. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Prepares the soup. Actually, I did prepare the soup when we lost the power and it snowed here. I heated up soup. I didn't make it from scratch, but I heated the soup up from the fireplace. Yeah, we went caveman. Hey, we got D Geekart in the chat. Hey, I messaged you on Facebook Messenger about the Inco stuff. Inko. Oh my gosh, I got to share this with you too. Thanks for bringing that up. But this is Inko, you guys, and this is the brilliant Elizabeth. She designed Inko based on just a chat discussion that we had. We were just talking, and I think it was Taylor. We were on a live stream, and we just kind of were riffing and came up with Inko. And that's good ink is his mantra, his saying. So he's a mascot for Hack Shack Studios. So there's that. That's the ladies' tee, and then this is these are prototypes, you guys. So we were playing with that. The Hack Shack logo would be on the front, and then in the back would be the Inko logo. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to put the logo on the sleeve, and then we're going to put Inko on the front. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, these came out so good. And I got this to share. Let's see if I can find it first. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, it's really cool, man. You guys are the best. Like, Comicsgate are the best. So let me click, and I'll share this with you guys. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Okay. So this was one of you guys in the chat. Like, we were talking about Inko, and it must have inspired. He's a Disney animator. I'll go to his Twitter post where he posted this. But he decided to, like, I guess he was inspired by the conversation and inspired by Elizabeth's original drawing, and he put this together. So I was like, holy shit, man, you guys are the best. Yeah, so this is let me see, Baiju, is that how you say his name? I can't pronounce. I'm not really good with names, you guys, so I do apologize. So here's fan art of amazing artist Artie Bear, company mascot Inko drew while watching Art's YouTube stream. Brought back memories of the time he worked at Disney drawing Mickey and Friends. So I love these hashtags. Hashtag Inko fan art. Hashtag Inko. What is it? This is my favorite. Hashtag now that's good ink. Now that's good ink. Yeah, so I thought it came out really good. I was really flattered. I think Elizabeth should be as well. People are digging your stuff, D Geek Art, and I will. Yeah, as soon as I get off the stream, I'll check my my messenger and do that, and we will catch up. Only state, yeah, satire. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys are way smarter than I am. Yeah. Oh my gosh, where was it? I saw witty deconstruction, and that was talking about the tick. Yeah, there it is. Roland says witty deconstruction. Yeah. But it always feels, it doesn't feel like they're poking fun at it though. And it doesn't necessarily feel like a tribute either. It just kind of is. And I think that's why it works. Like it doesn't feel like it's like winking, you know, oh, this is the Superman stand-in or this is the whatever. Like they feel very much like their own characters, like Batman and was it Liberty? Is it Lady Liberty? And she's pretty smoking in the TV show. Oh yeah. Patrick Warburton did the intro for Soarin' Over California, and that's in the California Adventure Amusement Park in Anaheim. Yeah, that guy gets around. He did the voice of Kronk in The Emperor's New Groove too, which is one of the T-Bear's favorite Disney cartoons. Calm down, Art is behind. I'm always behind. Did he write the Amazon Prime? It had 2 seasons. then got canceled. Well, was it any good? I didn't know he wrote that. I think it was the two actors, the guy that played Arthur and the Tick. I just really, those two guys that were in the other version was good. So Pathmaster Dan says Amazon Tick was the closest to the book. I'll look it up. Anne says Big Trouble in Little China was brilliant. It is brilliant, and if you liked Big Trouble in Little China, you're gonna love Black and White, because Black and White isn't that the comedy isn't that over the top, but it is broad like Big Trouble in Little China, and it doesn't make apologies. It's just there. Big Trouble in Little China is awesome. The movie inspired Mortal Kombat. I didn't know that. That's cool, Eric. And so for me, Big Trouble in Little China is really cool because, like, there's these supernatural things. There's all this stuff that happens, and you never think twice about it. You just kind of accept it. It just kind of goes. It just kind of goes and happens. If you say it's wacky, it's not. All right, then I won't say it. Art, it looked boring. I'm not sure if you're talking about the Tick or if you're talking about the Eternals. Airplane is another good example of a movie where the audience is in on the joke, but the characters aren't. Yeah, they play it straight. Yeah, old movies were done like that, and then I think cynicism and Hollywood started thinking like, oh, it's campy, it's corny. We have to poke fun at it. We have to let the audience know that this is silly and corny. Steven says, Angelina Jolie said everyone cried when they had gay guys kiss. Oh, there's gay guys kissing in this? Why would you fucking cry? What the fuck? I'm sorry, man. Who gives a shit? I don't care. Ooh, ancient aliens didn't think about that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I am behind the stream, so I do apologize. So Eric, we're still talking about the Eternals, so we're gonna bounce all over the place. Who cares? The Eternals is a hard sell just by itself. It is just even harder sell when you add all of the inclusion, political stuff. I predict pain after a large flop. I predict apathy, which will equate zero box office. I also think that Shang-Chi will tank as well. Shang-Chi looks like if you were getting it on Disney Plus, I think it would be fine. But as a movie, a 2-hour movie, yeah, I don't think so. It doesn't look that good. The Eternals, it looked like high-priced 2001 Space Odyssey. That's right, because there's that scene where there's the primitive man, and then there's the ship. Yeah. Yeah, D Geek Art is really, really good. We got Hyper Kaiju or Kaiju. Yo, what's up? Inko's awesome. Tank tops. We could. Hey, Jason's in the house. Howdy, Art. What's up, man? Miss you, my friend. I keep thinking at some point we're going to get the gang together and we're going to do at least another Pontificator soon. So, yeah. Be on watch for that, Jason. Jason is a really good, just a very, very talented individual. And Comicsgate Zone. Yeah, he's a sculptor as well. Ooh, sculpt of Inko. There you go. Art's behind. Here comes the Polaroid. No, Art's behind. There's not going to be no more pictures of Art's behind. Joe Bernardo says, wait, is Inko also inspired by another Kurt Russell character, Snake Plissken? Oh, is Black. did I say Inco? Is Black inspired by another Kurt? I really dug the first Escape. Was it Escape to New York? I don't remember. Could be. It could be. I loved all that stuff. Yeah, I dug it. And if you think about it, that whole chipping the character, like this is Suicide Squad stuff, like they chipped him. I thought they chipped him, and then they brought him in, and so that they could pretty much hit a self-destruct switch, and it would kill good old Snake if he did not follow the plan. So no. But okay. But Kevin Smith is crying a lot these days too. It's a lot of crying in comics. There's no crying in comics. Roland says, not surprising, the analogs to 2001, given Kirby did the adaptation. Yeah. For sure. Okay, Laykick says, it feels like the Hollywood movie machine is trying to destroy comic book movies on purpose. Maybe the sentiment is how to get out of them. Make them poorly as possible. What do you think? I have no idea. The nearest I could think to, did I catch up? Am I caught up? Ingo Bliskin, yes, sorry. The nearest I can think with Hollywood is that I had this take, and this was decades ago, and I think it became real clear where Madonna, it's when she went to Kabbalism or whatever it was, like, and then there's Scientology, like Hollywood as I'm lumping everybody into one, and this is just my personal take on all this. They're better than everybody else. They can't do the standard stuff that the riffraff do, and the riffraff are us, right? So she couldn't she couldn't just be Jewish, she couldn't just adapt to the Jewish faith or become a Catholic or a Christian. Madonna had to Kabbalah, it had to be like this offbeat kind of religion, and so then she can get the headlines, and then it makes it seem like, well, she's not one of you. She doesn't go to the church on the corner. Like, she has her own religion. She has her own belief system. Like, she's unique and she's special and she's cool, right? And then Scientology, like, they even created their own religion. Like, it couldn't be like, oh, well, they're just Christian, or they're just Jewish, or they're just whatever, Buddhist. No, they have to be this crazy out there faith. And so then everything that they do is kind of like, they can't have this car. They have to have this one of a kind special car, or they can't go to this place for holiday. They have to go to this special place for holiday. They can't hang out with this person. They have to hang out with this other person, right? So everything they do is to try to separate themselves from the riffraff. And then the hypocritical part is that they realize that's not good for business, right? It's not completely good for business, right? On one hand, what it does is it makes them look special, right? It puts them on a level that you're not. So then you kind of worship them, or is that what they want? They want you to kind of worship them, and they want you to go, oh man, look at them. They have this special life, a life that I'll never have. Look at everything that they do is so different from what I do. And then what they do, not all of them do this, but some of them do this. Then what they try to do is they realize that they're not connecting with an audience. So then what they do is they backpedal, and then they try to make it seem like that they're an average Joe. It's like, like that thing that they did during COVID. look at, I can't go out, I can't do whatever. I've been cooking my own meals. I've been doing my own gardening or whatever it is. Like, we're just normal people. I haven't had a haircut, like we're just like average people, so then they try to, like my favorite is like, you have these gorgeous supermodels, right? And then they go on TV and it's like, I never felt pretty. I was always the ugly duckling growing up. No, you weren't. That bone structure, that didn't just happen. Like those proportions, I realized that once you get in, you got into puberty, like things start changing and then you became like mega hot. But it was always there. Like you were hardly the ugly duckling, right? Like you were never ugly. That's an overstatement. But that's how they try to go like, oh, that's relatable. I can relate to that. You know what I mean? Like it's selling them. They have publicists that all they do is sit around figuring out ways to brand them and sell them. And so that's my biggest thing, with Hollywood, is just that I think that they're so busy trying to sell these things, an agenda, all these things. So I know this is, but so back to the question, which is like movies and these things. What I think they're doing now, like present day, like everything I was saying just kind of leads up to where we're at today. But what I think is happening today is that, like you hear, like Bob Iger has inklings of being the president. So if that guy, as the head of Disney, one of the most powerful entertainment companies in the world, if he can change the way you think, if he can address and start bringing in agenda and start changing the way you think about yourself, the way you think about the world, the way you think about politics, well, then all of a sudden they've done the same thing to politics that they did all with these other things. So politics are elitist. Politics are, for these people, and then he changes your way of thinking. So if he can change your way of thinking, he can get you to do things. He can manipulate you. So that's what political people do. That's I want to say motivate, but they kind of, the bad ones, they try to get you to follow an agenda. They set something in place and then they try to sell it. So that's what Bob Iger's been doing with Disney. Bob Iger has been introducing agenda, politics, all these things to the movies, the entertainment. And the reason I believe is because on this level, if he can start changing the way you think about the world, yourself, entertainment, then he's going to be the perfect politician. Then he'll be able to sell agenda out of the White House. So that's kind of my long story about that. And like I said, I mean, it might be a little nutty, but that's how I think they're doing things. So they're selling things over time. They're building these ideas. And so, yeah, they want to change things. They want to change things just like religion. They want to change all these things because it's not cool. What America isn't cool. We're going to redesign it. We're going to rebuild it, just like they've tried to set the cool meter all the years prior. So that's my thing. And so I use Bob Iger, but I think a lot of those Hollywood moguls and those people, they're all kind of involved in a similar, idea. And I'm talking about the big guys, not the little guys are just afraid to say anything. So they're going to go along with the program. So whether they believe it or not, but the thing is, if you go on with it long enough and people don't question it, it becomes reality. So if you speak a lie, enough times, then oh, excuse me, it becomes truth. So, if they can say, a transgender male is a woman, and he, she, whatever can compete against women, and then they can get you to buy it, then guess what? That's power, man. That is power, because it's a lie. They're getting you to believe a lie. That's still a man competing against a woman. The DNA is completely different. So I guess we're going to have to learn the hard way with that. Most people understand that. I think they understand it. But I don't think it matters to them. I don't think truth matters. It's just being contrarian for power. So if you say it's blue, they'll say it's red. And so then they'll keep saying it's red long enough until you start saying blue is red. It's indoctrination. And I think Hollywood is making a move to politics. Yeah. In a nutshell, I guess that's it. Yeah. Hollywood wants to rule. Hollywood wants to take over the White House. I mean, you've already seen actors in Hollywood, be president. So, all right, I've been out of the chat long enough. So that's my rant of the day. I'm going to wrap it up soon, you guys. So Joe Bernardo said, "What happened to comics being fun adventures, not political meanderings?" Because they're trying to sell. They're not trying to sell comics anymore. They're trying to sell agenda. That's it. And they don't care if the short term. They don't care if they don't make money short term, because if they can get you, like I said, if they can get you to start saying that what you know is true, blue is blue, but they can start convincing you that blue is red, then that's power and that's control over you. And why not, right? The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. So, yeah, where's there to go? Like, they've already conquered Hollywood. They've already turned that into a cesspool. So why not politics? Joe Bernardo says, Artie Bear for president. No way. I actually heard, I listened to Dennis Prager sometimes, and Dennis Prager was asked that question. I know we're just being facetious, but he was asked that question, and he said, no, I would never do it. He said, for one reason and one reason only, I would have to lie. So he said, just being a politician, just being in that position, you have to deceive, you have to sell agenda that may not be for the betterment, and you have to lie. And he's right. Like, you have to deceive and you have to lie to be a president. You just have to, because they're just not giving you the full story on anything. They're giving you half truths and they're deceiving you. And that's why it's always good to have multiple points of view, and like a left or right, possibly others, so you can formulate an opinion and you can think for yourself. Good advice in there for anyone who hates the BS. Indeed. That's funny. All right. Let's see. I got behind in the chat again. Yeah, same. Yeah, it's funny. We went into my wife and I went into Target. I needed a razor. My old one broke down, and so we just went through the electronics, and we bypassed the movie, what's left of the movie section, and we saw Wonder Woman, the new Wonder Woman, and oh shit, what else was it? Another like superhero movie that was released recently, and we looked at it, and we really want to see something new. We're like kind of hard up for new entertainment, and we were like, no, we just heard these things are so bad, you can't do it, just can't do it. And so Hollywood didn't get our money, so we'll just keep watching our old movies and enjoying those. So yeah. So J.C. Ross says indoctrinate the youth, right? Yep. Lies do come with being a politician. And I just think that, it's like the cool factor. Hollywood will be, the next, president, creating agenda, controlling thought. So, Church of Scientology was made on a dollar bet between L. Ron Hubbard and his buddy in the trenches to see if he could get rich people to follow it. Well, it worked. It completely worked. I like there's a Dane Cook joke, and I think Dane Cook had a moment in time, and this is a decade or so ago. And so he made this joke about crazy people, and he's like, he's at this he's waiting in line at a checkout at some drugstore or whatever, and so there's this guy, and he's talking crazy in line. He's just talking all this crazy stuff, right? And so he said, everybody in line, everybody around him is like, that dude's crazy. And he said, but I guarantee you, there's one guy in the shadows that's watching this situation. He's going, that guy's onto something. That guy's making a lot of sense. And that's how these things happen. You find that one person, and that one person's like, yeah, Scientology sounds like an interesting thing. And then, another crazy person listens to that crazy person, and so on and so forth. And then before you know it, you have, Scientology. And I think like Scientology was definitely sold, in a very interesting way, because Scientology started off as Dianetics. So Dianetics was like self-help. And so I think they kind of started with like a self-help book and kind of eased you into it. And then it went into like it was like a Hollywood cult, right? So like Scientology is kind of like a middleman. It's like an agency. It's like William Morris or whatever. So it's a rep agency. So if you want to succeed in Hollywood, you can pledge your allegiance to Scientology, and then Scientology has connections throughout, Hollywood, and they can plug you in. They can put the good word in for you. They can do this. A friend of mine, he said he was doing some research. It's Brian Haynard, and Brian Haynard, he writes these comedy skits, and he's a stand-up comedian, and he's known as Guitar Guy. He's pretty funny, but he was looking up like Scientology, and it was when that TV show My Name Is Earl was on the air, and he said, Art, do you know that just about that entire cast and crew are Scientologists? So it's almost a complete production of Scientology. Like, that's power. That is complete power, man. So I do think these things exist. And if you look at Scientology, we can make jokes about it, but on some level, it's kind of like this woke culture. It's kind of like if you say COVID might be, I don't know, blown out of proportion, these lockdowns might be unconstitutional. These have any kind of freedom of thought, they'll smite you. Black Lives Matter might be a terrorist organization. Just stuff like that. The next thing you know, you're ostracized, and you'll never work again. So that's how they control you. That's how power works. They scare you. They scare you into conformity. Okay, let's wrap this up. All right, you guys are talking about animated Batman Adventures. I see Red Gaze. Where's Red Gaze? Do 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 do. Let's see. Lord Crackhead says, with Dan doing Frega June for the month, any chance we'll see you on with him? Oh, is like his whole month of June is going to be drawing streams? Possibly. Yeah, I used to do those all the time on Mike Miller's show. I used to do a lot of them on my own show too, but a lot of the stuff I'm working on right now I can't show you guys. Yeah. Yeah, start a cult, man. I think you get tax exemptions as well. Yeah, hell yeah, man. It's America. Start a cult. Anne says, I can't believe it. Leah Remini said her career suffered after she left Scientology. Of course. Yeah. Indeed. It's a lot of Sleepy Joe. What's for lunch? I'm going to go down and make a sandwich. Pamela bought this brown bread. I don't know what it is, but it's really delicious. Okay, am I being punked? Sleepy Joe, Black Lives Matter. John Moore, the John Moore, the writer John Moore. Okay, ban these spammers. Well, I was gonna like shut down anyway. So so Joe and Harvey Blunt, go ahead and do whatever because I'm going to leave. So once again, you guys, Black and White Volume 2 is the pre-launch page is up. The link is in the description, so click on that. Fill it out, give me your email address, and you will be eligible for freebies, which is at this point a trading card, and we were going to do some early specials. So if you get in early, you'll be able to get discounts, access to tiers that you wouldn't any other way. So yeah, that is the Black and White Volume 2 pre-launch. So like I said, it's in the description. Thank you guys so much. It's always fun to hang out with you guys. I have a blast. I look forward to this all the time. I wanted to do it yesterday, but the staircase was being demoed, so there was a lot of noise in the house, so it's quiet today. So that's why I chose this moment. So you guys take care. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be talking to you